your shower.
Yeah,
I love to throw on your nasty clothes.
that's how I like to work out. Like, that's
I
the
put
other
on
thing.
clean workout clothes.
No, not dirty. I'm saying, like, this is the other piece, right? If I go to the gym, I feel like I have to wear, like, the nice leggings and the nice top and, like, everybody at our gym's like Lululemon out, like, all this stuff, right? So you feel like you have to, like, look like, where I work out in my basement, I got, like, the baggy sweatpants, a baggy shirt on, hoodie. I'm, like, raw, you know? Like,
Hey, ladies, pull up a chair. It's about to get real. What are we burning today? Let's go after the gym. The gym with the G.
oh, not the guy gym?
Yeah, not the guy gym.
Guy with the
The
eye?
gym with the G. If you're just tuning in, Monique and I have been burning the beliefs wrapped around New Year's resolutions. We both have been in the fitness and nutrition industry for
975 million years, basically.
975 million years. We have been in this industry so long that I feel like we've seen just about it all. And a lot of the things out there are not made with our best health in mind, which is why only 9% of people actually achieve their New Year's resolution, complete it, and like change their life with the intention that they originally set it with, when over 74% of people are actually setting New Year's resolutions around their health. We navigated through the mindset on our first podcast, and we broke down and burned some diets on the last one. And today we're going to go after the gym, which is probably weird coming from you and I, because we're both fitness instructors, personal trainer, been in that space forever.
Yeah.
And we're going to burn the gym for a second, and probably with a good mindset around it. Like, we still want you to move your body and work out and honor that. But what is the first thing, do you think, Monique, when somebody rolls into New Year's resolutions? What's the first thing that they decide that they need to do?
Join the gym.
Join the gym, right?
We
And
always thought we always heard in our gym that those were like their favorite customers, because they were the customers that paid and never showed up. And you know, our sales team was like, it's great. Like, we don't even have to deal with them. They just pay and they don't come. Like, that is terrible. This is terrible.
Terrible. And you look at when I used to work in the gym, it was always a top priority. I'd sit with my personal training staff. So I was a personal training manager at the time. And I'd be like, it's our job to make eyeball like communication with all of these people that are brand new coming in January. Because a lot of times people are walking into the gym because they have so much ownership. That's what I need to do. I need to work out more so that I can reach my goals. They show up without a plan, and they're like on the treadmill or on the elliptical, and they're like awkward, and they stop coming because they don't have, one, a community around them. Two, they don't have a plan around them when they walk into the gym. They're just winging it. And three, they have too much ownership of their goals found at the gym, and then they stop showing up. What did I say on the first call that we had? What was it? 24%? Was it 24% of people that make New Year's resolutions quit within the first week? Was that the stat? 24?
I think so.
Yeah. So, you know, here's something that I want to like set the tone of this whole topic. The 1 hour in the gym will never outwork the other 23 hours in the day, ever. Like, put that on your table, put that on your New Year's resolution table, right? And also, I'm sure you've heard this one, you can never outwork your fork. You can never outwork a bad diet, right? So with that being said, if the other 23 hours are more important as far as the results that you get to walk around with,
Right.
it doesn't mean you don't go to the gym. It doesn't mean that you don't prioritize movement, but it means that you need to shift your perspective on getting the mindset, getting the nutrition, and nutrition, not a diet. We already burned that one. But the macros that we need, the micros that we need, the nutrition that we're putting on our fork, the nutrition that we can't get on our fork nowadays, like that has to make you whole. Like whole foods make you whole, right? So you have to
Mhm.
prioritize that. You have to eat for the health that you want, not the health that you have. And that is based on your metabolism and your goals, getting on that plan. Um, and then moving your body, right?
Mhm.
I would tell my clients all the time, like, you see me what, twice a week, 3 times a week. And I'd always be like, unpopular opinion, but like when you worked at a gym, they want you to sign a contract, right? So I need a personal trainer. Like, I just need someone to yell at me and tell
Yeah.
me what to do.
Yeah.
How to reach all my goals. And I would tell them, like, my job as a trainer is to make sure that you get it, you understand your form, you understand why you're doing the things that you're doing. It's my job to make sure that you get it so that you don't need me
Mhm.
6 months from now. You don't need me next year. But gyms like to keep you roped into contracts. And just like you said, half the people aren't even showing up.
Yeah. Or the dependency, like you said, like this idea that, where I want to say, Jamie, so you mean to tell me signing up doesn't mean it's going to magically happen for me, or these trainers that are creating a codependency, making you believe that you need them and their training and their this in order to get XYZ, and you have to stick with them forever, and you're just shelling out dollar after dollar after dollar because you need the accountability. Where I think, if you could burn that down and take some personal ownership, yes, I think I obviously am a trainer. I believe in trainers. Like, I believe in all of fitness. I think if you can find the way that's gonna the movement that's gonna be the thing that you will do, that's the best movement, right? But trainers, from the standpoint of, like you said, we're teaching you movement, we're teaching you proper form, we're teaching you how to not get hurt and how to maximize your time and all that stuff. And I think the power that we have to be able to say, listen, Joe, you're good. Like, now go do the darn thing. And if you
Right,
need that extra accountability, fine. But also, there's got to be that internal driver
right,
that when nobody's clapping for you and nobody's showing up, like, you show up for you,
right.
and to your point, all of that happens prior to you signing up. That's
Absolutely.
mindset. That's getting a handle on your reason for even wanting this next
Right,
part of the journey.
right. I don't know if I ever told you this, but actually I don't think I ever did. So there was a time, 2019, beginning of 2020, Matt and I, that close, almost opened up an F45. Did I
Oh
tell you
yeah,
that?
no,
Like that close. So when you put in perspective, like how much those type of gym memberships are, like the bougie memberships, like $160 a month, right? And we literally almost pulled the trigger on it. It would have been so much fun, but I feel like it was a blessing that it didn't happen. Our daughter was in senior year, and if our trainers aren't showing up, guess who's showing up to teach that class? And I would have missed a lot. So I feel like it was a good thing that it didn't happen, but it was a fun process to like figure that out. Um, but I went there because a lot of these bougie type gyms are popping up. $160, $225 a month, right? And you get like what, 8 classes. Sometimes they're unlimited. You have big box gyms that have like trainers. You got the YMCA, great family friendly price point too.
mhm,
But those are usually super packed, right? But I say all that. I don't know why I said all that actually. But oh, I know I did. Price point. So if a lot of the times the first thing that people do when they associate New Year's resolutions, I need to join the gym, they're like that. I've been in that space, you've been in that space. That's when a lot of brand new memberships come. And a lot of those memberships come with a 1 year, 18-month, or 2 year contract. The cheaper price point for you is the longer contract.
mhm,
And you're paying that regardless if you show up or not.
yeah,
So to your point of like mindset first, right?
yeah,
And then putting on that, let's talk about the other 23 hours in the day. Get that set first. where do you feel somebody's investment for their health? Because everything's an investment, right? Friday night pizza is an investment. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you pay for the things that you want in your life. Um, but let's say it's a $56, I think that's what you pay for the Y, $56 for the family or $59, something like that. Then you got your bougie prices, 160, at least in our area. You're in New York, so that's probably a lot more out by you.
Yeah, yeah,
You're probably
memberships.
like Chicago prices.
Yeah.
Um, if I was sitting across the table as the 200-pound Jamie Summers and I'm looking at you in your eyeballs and I'm telling you that this is what I want to do, I need to join this gym, would you say that 106, let's say it's 160 bucks, would you say that $160 to come see you once, twice a week, and that's the end all be all? Or would you say that $160 is probably best invested in nutrition first and
Mhm.
then exercise? It's like the chicken before the egg thing, I guess. And I don't mean to put you in that type of spot.
No, I think it's a great question. I think it's a question that a lot of people ask themselves. You know, everybody's got just a limited amount of funds that you're working with, and you're trying to delegate it in the best appropriate places. And how do you do it? And it is a difficult question because there's so many factors, I think, when it comes to our health and wellness, right? It's holistic. So I think that personally, my true answer would be it would depend on the actual person in a further conversation of where are they at with their mental health? Where are they at with their physical health at all? Are they even walking right now? Have they done anything? You know, there's bigger questions that I would want to know and understand from that person. But the general answer to me would be or from me would be to make sure that whatever money you have to spend first goes into understanding where you're at baseline metabolically, where you're functioning currently, and then yes, pouring that first step, because I would assume if it's 200-pound Jamie Summers, then your nutrition is definitely off. So yes, I would say that would be the first thing to tackle, because in my opinion, if I'm talking about 200-pound Jamie Summers and my experience in the industry, that person is not having the energy to work out. They're
Yeah.
not having the motivation to work out. They're not even having the confidence to really actually go to the gym. Like, it seems like that's the right idea and I want to go, but like a lot of the times when I talk to clients in that position, they're not even comfortable working out in public around other people. It's very intimidating. Um, and so I personally would want to coach on the back end first, which would be to start small, which actually, in my opinion, the smaller step has the bigger impact. And that would be to figure out where are we at? What can we tweak nutritionally to make sure that you're getting all your micronutrition and your macronutrition? Because once that's covered, your energy is going to hit. You're going to have the energy to, in the first step would be go for those walks that you're maybe not doing that are free. They're free. You don't have to pay for that. You can, walk up and down the there's so many free ways to move that I don't feel like that, like you jump over all of nutrition, and you jump over are you getting enough sleep, and you jump over being constipated, and you jump over all of this and you run to the gym because that's going to be the savior. I don't think so. I think community is great. I think being around people who are lifting is great. I think the energy can be great. But again, if we're talking 200-pound insecure, struggling person, then no, I don't think that $160 is going to be best spent by signing up for a gym membership. I think that is better spent on whole foods or proper supplementation, and maybe even a consultation if you have to. I mean, we offer ours free because
Right.
we want to really truly help people. So I'd rather have your money go towards the whole healthy foods or the supplements that you're lacking. So yeah, that would be my answer.
Yeah, I love that. Because there's a lot of times you walk into a gym and people are not necessarily getting to the root of why you showed up. Like having that conversation. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had people where I mean, personal training manager at the time, like this isn't where you should start.
Hmm.
because I ask a lot of questions. And at the end of the day, like it could be because I've been there and I get it. Like I do remember those days where like when you are not confident in your own skin, like you do. Like in the gym, like you feel like everybody's looking at you, everybody's judging you, and they're not. Like, and if they are,
Shame on
call
them.
me, like I'll
Yeah,
headlock them. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
this wrong mindset, wrong person. Like
yeah.
everybody has a start date,
Right.
right? And everybody's like, I remember this, I don't know why my brain just went here. I feel like maybe I need to say it. I remember a few years back, maybe 6 years, 6 years. I think it was, I was at Target and there was a lady and like there was someone in front of me and then there was a lady heavier set and she had like not the healthiest food on the belt. Um, and the person in front of her, or the person in front of me, literally shamed her right in front of me and was like, "Do you really need to eat that?" And I like hair went back and I was like, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but how do you don't like you don't know if she just lost 100 pounds and you don't even know if that's for her. Like, who are you? Do you know her? Why
Yeah.
are you like so like that mindset isn't always going to be the community that is in the gym, but it does happen. So like people think that like that's what they're going to walk into when they're trying to better themselves. And at the end of the day, like I remember when I first got started in fitness when I was overweight and like I found that passion wheelhouse. I had a good friend that was like, come to Zumba with me. And I was like, okay, I'll come. And I did. And like I fell in love with it. And she stopped going. And I got around a good community of women and I kept going. It was like
Mhm.
really good, like to just leave the world aside and like show up for that. Um, but I got excited about it and I
Mhm.
started talking about it on my social media and had people in my family, literally blood, that I showed up at a party and they totally made fun of me in front of everyone and thought they were so super cool that they were making fun of me. Like, oh, what are you going to talk about on social media again? Your Zumba?
Mhm.
And then they deleted me off Facebook because I was too positive. And I'm like, I'm over here trying to better my life and you're over here mocking it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like I had to be like, that says more about you than it does about me. And if somebody has a problem with you bettering your health and your excitement about it, like you should be excited about what you're doing. Don't
Yeah.
let people throw shade at you.
Yeah.
That might come in people's New Year's resolution time. Like,
Totally. Yep.
so like
Yeah. I think and being prepared for that and having kind of that mindset and that plan ahead of time is so important. So important. And if you are going to step into a class or into a gym or start all that and you do get excited or you're making those changes, just knowing that you are going to get that. And most of the time, I heard this a while back and it just stuck with me. It was such a perspective shift for me. There are mean people, like, so that's very real, and there are just grumpy mean people, but most of the time too, if they're your close friends, this was so interesting to me, if they're your close circle and you're doing something to better your life, whether it's start a business or change your health habits or whatever it is, a lot of the time those people actually lash out because they're afraid of being left behind. They're
yeah,
afraid of like not having that same connection with you that they're used to having. So it's actually like a love fear type thing.
yeah,
Um, they lash out because of that. And if
right,
they're not ready to level up and they're not ready to challenge themselves, they're scared of losing you essentially, you know?
yeah,
And that's very real. And I think if you can also understand that side of it, you know, those people that actually truly matter to you, you can kind of have bridge that conversation, you know, like come with
right,
me or not, but like I still love you, like we can still hang, you know.
right.
So I love that. I feel like being prepared. I'll tell you one of the ways from the gym standpoint, you know, when you're talking about when do you go and like bite the bullet and do that thing and is that the most important thing? Like I've been in the industry forever, worked in all the gyms, worked on my own, all of that, and then I have 4 kids and go through different phases of life. And we didn't have a gym membership for a while, and then COVID and all the things. And I looked at my husband because he was like, "Oh, we just got to go to the gym." And I have friends and people in my circle who are like, I just can't work out at home. I have to go to a class. I have to go to the gym. And my husband kept saying this. And this is how I talk to myself and my husband apparently, because I was like, well, this is so silly to me because I know you're going to buy the gym membership and you're not going to go. It's literally 3 minutes from our house. You still won't go consistently. So here's what's wild. We all have choices and we can actually change our behavior based on how we're talking and thinking. What if instead of saying, I can't work out at home, I have to go to a gym, because you're continuing to tell that story and believe that story. What if
Right.
you just become the person that can work out at home? Like, what if you actually just woke up today and you're like, I'm a badass and I work out at home and I get jacked and stronger and healthier working out at home, and you start that level and prove to yourself that you can be that person and then kind of earn the right to go to the gym because I was like,
That's good.
right, like,
Right.
not to your earlier point, it's not going to solve you're not going to automatically become the most consistent gym going person because you buy a freaking membership,
Right.
maybe for 2 weeks, maybe for all of January. But if you're in my opinion, to myself, I said, if you ain't doing it now, sister, like you driving down the road, checking in, do it, like that's gonna make you do it? No,
Right.
no. Throw on your nasty clothes, get in the basement, throw some weights around, and like get after it and show me that you can
Nasty
actually
clothes.
do it, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Earn your shower.
Yeah,
I love it. Throw on your nasty clothes.
that's how I like to work
I
out.
put
Like,
on
that's
I
the other
put on
thing.
clean workout clothes.
No, 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 not dirty. I'm saying like this is the other piece, right? If I go to the gym, I feel like I have to wear like the nice leggings and the nice top and the, like everybody
Right.
at our gyms is like Lululemon out, like all this stuff, right? So you feel like you have to like look like where I work out in my basement, I got like the baggy sweatpants, a baggy shirt
Yeah.
on, hoodie. I'm like
Right.
raw, raw, like I
Yep.
wouldn't go to the gym like that.